Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a keynote on cybersecurity in a strategic business risk. And we're joined by our eminent speaker, Dr. R. Seetharamn, Chief Executive Officer, Doha Bank, Qatar. Well, Dr. Seetharamn is a prominent personality in the banking industry throughout the Middle East, an economic expert who has achieved remarkable success for his contributions to the banking, trade, investment, economics, environment, social responsibility, philanthropy, and charity. Thank you so much, Dr. Seetharamn, for joining us today. It is now time to have you on the stage and screen. Over to you, sir.
Distinguished guests, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure and privilege to be an integral part of the World Cybersecurity Show 2021. It's an extraordinary moment in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have seen the impact across the globe, the economic impact, social impact, environmental impact, and the human tragedy we have seen. Cybersecurity plays a very important role in terms of strategic business risk. Let's look at objectively and see why. Look at the tragedy in terms of human governance and the risk. The global case in terms of actual numbers, total cases is 183 million. Global death as on date is 3.96 million. Global vaccine doses given total is 3.09 billion. When it comes to fully vaccinated, it's just 854 million as against 6.8 billion population. So a long way to go in terms of fixing it. The human tragedy continues. Meanwhile, there are steps taken across the globe. In terms of economic governance, we have fixed the issue by monetary and fiscal policy, improving the debt servicing capacity, improving the liquidity, ensuring business continuity. That's been the focus. Again, we also made sure we focus on lower interest rate. Across the globe, every technocrats, bankers, politicians wants to make sure this pandemic is not destabilizing the overall governance. Global economies still reeling under pressure. G7 economies stimulated cross-border cycle attack on banks from many respects. We have seen the reflection in terms of global growth. It's a contraction last year to 3.3%. This year, it's going to be around 6%. When it comes to advanced economies, they're going to do 5.4%. When it comes to emerging economies, developing economies, they might be doing between 6 to 6.5%. Now, World Bank has a different outlook. This is different from what I said a few minutes before on the IMF prediction. Global revision in terms of advanced economies to a positive respect because they are fast tracking the vaccination. When it comes to emerging markets, they are slow in terms of execution, in terms of vaccination. So there is a revision downward by the World Bank. Nevertheless, 6% is what they are earmarking for emerging markets and 5.4% is what they are earmarking for advanced economies. World at large still coming to terms whether to scissor the incentives, money supply, improving the liquidity, postponing the installments and interest. Qatar government has pumped nearly $20.5 billion, plus they have postponed the installments as well as the interest payments up to September this year. It remains to be seen whether it will be extended. We have also seen special arrangements have been made by the Qatar Development Bank for small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. Special privileges are given in terms of rent, taxes, wage protection systems are all been reimbursed. So tremendous amount of business continuity has been augmented to make sure Qatar financial stability is second to none. Now, when it comes to human tragedy, we have still cases ongoing across the globe, and vaccination to the tune of nearly 50% is what Qatar has accomplished. Fully vaccinated. Now we have a long way to go. In global terms, Qatar will achieve before the end of this year the full vaccination status. Now, in the midst, we also have to look at the change in the overall business modeling. Institutions have to redefine in 5 forms. I call it as 5R. One is remodeling their business, first and foremost. Second, restructuring of the debt. Third, remedial management from the crisis. Fourth, revenue enhancement. Fifth, rationalization. Every single institution have to focus on it. So remodeling comes out of convergence of your business with digital transformation and ensuring sustainability. It means you have a bigger case studies to recognize when the digital acceleration takes place. Cyber attacks are also taking place, even during this pandemic COVID-19, 2020 as well as 2021. Electronic arts case study is a major victim. We have seen hackers broke into the system of electronic arts, one of the world's biggest video game publishers, and stole the source code in the company games. So that's a major event. When it comes to McDonald's, was affected by data breach, which exposed private information of customers and employees in South Korea and Taiwan. Volkswagen and Audi revealed the month they were hit by a data breach again that exposed the contract information of customers in the United States and Canada. There are plenty of examples going around. So when it comes to Australian broadcaster Channel 9 was hit by cyber attack on 28 March this year, 2021. In March, same month, 2021, London-based Harris Federation suffered a ransomware attack. One of the biggest cyber insurance firms in US, CNA Financial, suffered a ransomware attack. That's a major attack on 21st March 2021. American gas pipeline. That's a huge consequence in terms of supply chain. And essentially the consequence is oil price was ascending, accelerated beyond normalcy. Air India has gone through cyber attack in May 2021. The key message is the above cyber attacks across industries reveal cyber risk is a strategic risk across institutions and industries, and we need to plan better to manage cyber attack. The key reasons why cyber attacks are taking place. Digital disruption has contributed to cyber risk. We have to recognize this. Internet of Things, which involves connecting various gadgets in the ecosystems, also contribute to cyber risk. We have over 50 billion gadgets. It's not only mobile phone, your shoes, your houseware, name it, home appliances. So all these are interconnected, and you have cyber risk ascending in the process. Some of the tools to fight cyber security there are. We have to understand this. Artificial intelligence can be used to fight the cyber attacks. Big data tools can be used to monitor cyber risk events. To mitigate the strategic risk, that's a business risk, cyber security awareness is vital, and people across the organization should be aware of the cyber security. There are 6 cyber security to consider, which includes data protection, because data is getting monetized. So you need to protect, that's money. Multi-factor authentication, additional layer of security. You have to necessarily make sure you improve the security. Experts, cyber security help and guidance. You need an absolute expertise on this to make sure it's a layman's language to attack, but you have to fix it. Again, you have to map and fix the risk. Endpoint detection, end-to-end, you have to work on it across the network, no matter where they are located. Long-haul remote worker plans, that's a hybrid model now, changing face of the world, social distancing, and again, healthcare, security is important for human beings. So there is an absolute conviction now, world over, this has been a value advantage, but the risk is also more. We have to look at it objectively and fix it. So to address the cyber risk, and threat, integrating the cyber security into every phase of the digital transformation process. That's a must. Because it's a strategic risk, it's a business risk. Zero trust mindset is driving, and identity-centric security is the strategy. There needs to be a collaboration between security and risk management, enterprise risk integration. Your operational risk, credit risk, market risk, financial risk are all integral part of the cyber strategic business risk. We need to uplift and empower women participation in governance. That's what exactly we are coming to terms. Sustainable Development Goals calls for gender equality, and cyber security has to be partly shared with the women participation in the governance. And integrated end-to-end cloud security is absolutely essential, because you need to get the cloud empowering all sort of options for you. Cybersecurity risk when it comes to banking like us, damage to brand and reputation, and financial intellectual property, and strategic risk for the absolute authenticity of the institutions. So what we need to understand is to comply with the regulatory alignment as a part of strategic business risk. Qatar Central Bank has brought IT security strategy and technology risk circulars over the years. They have been ahead of time, and they have been warning us, which will provide directions to the banks to build their strategy while adopting advanced technologies. The state of Qatar has brought a cyber crime prevention laws, National Information Assurance Policy version 2, data privacy laws, again monitoring bank websites, and alert on probable cyber attacks in the country. Time and again, every institution has been, early warning signals have been given by the Ministry of Interior. And Qatar Central Bank have established Information Security Committee and mandated all the bank's operators in the country to be a member of it. The Ministry of Interior, MOI, has provided great support in fighting cybersecurity criminals through its cyber crimes investigation centers. We have access to the ministries, they forewarn us, they share the case studies. There's a literacy, cyber risk security literacy is going on. That's a great help to the institutions. Let's leverage on it. Let's use these information. Let's learn from each other. So strengthening the cyber risk mechanism is equally important. It means establishing a robust governance and risk management process, safeguarding the bank's critical information assets and comply data privacy requirements, strengthening the systems and increase the surveillance, security monitoring, enhance the measures to limit the impact, because you need to quickly do a remedial management, recover from the cyber security incident, foster a culture of cybersecurity that provides safe and appropriate use of the cyberspace across the stakeholders, contribute towards strengthening the financial sector resilience at national, regional, and global level. We need to understand this. These dynamics are very, very important for us to see through. It is not only business acceleration to digital convergence. We have tools available, artificial intelligence, again, blockchain, Internet of Things. These are convenient mechanisms for us to transact. The customer gets into convenience, and it's cost effective, and we have e-commerce in sporadic supply. It means your business model is getting reorganized. It's revenue enhancement for cross-selling. We become totally global. At the same time, risk and governance need to be mapped, and cyber risk is a major risk. We have to make sure that's a strategic risk. We understand this. Policies, procedures, process are all coming to terms to ensure we fix it as an enterprise risk integrations, and ensure we have perfect coordination with the regulators as well as the government to see we protect the institution, protect all the stakeholders in the process. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful conference ahead.
So, well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.